Guys, I used to be a Zumba instructor. I had to teach a class on one of these things. Imagine like trying not to fall off. So I have like PTSD. I'm gonna stay down here. But how are we doing today? Love it. So yeah, obviously if you can't tell, I'm here to talk about Disney conspiracy theories. Funny story how this came to be. Where's my boy Dylan? Stand up, Dylan. This guy I'm sitting in the scholar's office with, just, having ridiculous conversations. Somehow it comes up, we start talking about Disneyland. He's like, "And have you ever been to Disneyland?" I'm like, "Yeah, I had a childhood." And he's like, "Have you noticed that you don't see any rodents there? Like, have you ever seen a mouse or have you ever seen a mouse or a rat?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "It's because of the cats." I'm like, "The what?" He's like, "The Disney cats." I'm like, "What in H-double hockey sticks are you talking about, Dylan?" Who here's heard of the Disneyland cats? Raise your hands. Okay, so a couple of you guys. So apparently, Disneyland has a few dozen nocturnal, taken care of. They're fed. They get their shots, and they're hypoallergenic, and they roam around the park in the middle of the night to mitigate this rodent issue. And that's why we don't see any mice or any mice or rats. I can't plural singular words right now. And I'm like, what the crap? This is a bunch of no, I don't believe that. Well, I Googled it, and it's very real in fact. They do have more than 100,000 followers on Facebook, okay? So if you don't believe me, go look it up, okay? And then that was the Scholar Forum. What are you passionate about? I was like, Disney conspiracy theories, let's go. It was so random, and here we are today. So I'm excited to be here. Today we're just going to go over a few different conspiracy theories that I personally find very interesting. Some of them will be debunked, others will be left up for your own interpretation. So this is going to be fun. We're going to start off by talking about some of Disney's most absurd conspiracy theories that I have come across on the internet. We're not going to go into them in depth. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. We'd be here all night. Just a couple fun ones. Walt Disney's head is in cryogenic storage. What? How do you say it? Cryogenic storage. It's frozen. His head is frozen, and it's said to be stored under the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. Okay, that's a good one. All right, here's another one. Oh, and by the way, apparently there was so much publicity on this that whenever someone Googled Frozen Disney, this is what came up. And so the conspiracy is that they named the movie Frozen so that next time someone went and Googled it, Frozen came up and not Walt Disney's frozen head. Okay? Next. Walt Disney left money in his will for the first man to ever get pregnant. He was a man of innovation. He was a man with dreams, I guess. He looked to the future. I don't know. I don't know. We're not going to get political here. And then Wally is Satan. I know. Has to do with some biblical, because Wally had a plant and he tried to bring people back to Earth. It's somehow that makes him Satan. I don't know. Just look it up if it doesn't make sense. But that brings us to our first conspiracy theory, that Chef Gusteau also had a tiny chef like his son Linguini. Who here has seen Ratatouille?
Yeah.
Okay, most people. Good. I was like, if you haven't seen this, you're going to be so lost. I am so sorry. But this is a conspiracy. He also had a little chef. And this is where this came from. What did I do? Did I turn it off? Does this count as my time? Okay. Can we see that okay? So the conspiracy comes from, do we remember after Chef Gusteau dies, the restaurant goes in the hand of this little pudgy, awkward, salty chef. Yes? In the middle? We're following me? Where's this guy? And the second he finds the will that Chef Gusteau left for Linguini, he freaks out. He's like, crap. Linguini's his son, which means I'm going to lose everything. The restaurant's going to go to Linguini. I'm screwed. He says, call my lawyer. We're following me, right? Yes?
Yeah.
Thank you. So then this guy comes. He's like, may I? Picks up his hat, gets the hair, takes it in for investigation because they want to do DNA sampling to see if Linguini is in fact Chef Gusteau's son. And then later comes back and says that it was rodent hair. Okay? So that's kind of where it came from, especially because in the movie, you never see a DNA sample be taken from Linguini's head. That's what this scene is the chef is trying to get him drunk and trying to get him to admit something, like having a rat or being Chef Gusteau. So he's like, what do you know? What do you know? And so it said that this was a DNA saliva test, and there was never proof that. Anyway, so that's kind of the thing, is that Chef Gusteau also had a little chef, and in fact could not cook. And that explains his book. Anyone can cook, right? Rats. They can cook. Thank you. Yes. Now you ask, rats, this doesn't make sense because the rat would have died. Well, okay. A rat's life expectancy is about 3 to 5 years, while a human is 72. So of course he had to have outlived his rat. That sounds so weird to say. So which explains why when his rat died, okay, he was like, crap, I don't know how to make food, I can't cook. Which is why they got the bad review, which is why he got 4 stars, he was sad, and he died. That's what it is. I know, it's dark stuff. Don't cry yourself to sleep, I'm so sorry. Which explains, that is the theory. Except, there's only one little problem. Let me know when you see it. He has no hair. Which means this is not a valid theory. This has been debunked, unless that rat was doing some serious like hokey pokey and on his head to get him to flip a thing. That's completely debunked. Okay? The next, so that's theory number 1. Theory number 2 is that Mother Gothel and the evil queen are in fact the same person. Hear me out. They're both obsessed with beauty. Evil queen and her magic mirror. Who's the fairest of them all? The second it's not her, what does she do? Send someone to kill him. That's a little psycho. And then you have Mother Gothel, who's obsessed with the flowers so much, she kidnaps Rapunzel, keeps her in a tower, holds her hostage, all good things. So this is where, no, not that, it was a joke, okay, we don't support that. This is where the connection goes, okay? So it said that the evil queen actually survived her fall, or she faked it. She survived the fall. Sorry, I can't see the picture very well. She stumbles across the golden flower, keeps it, uses it to keep her young and beautiful, and then Rapunzel happens. So, not to mention, they look, why am I so out of breath? I don't know, it's because I'm so excited about this. So you can also see they look pretty similar, pretty identical, so that's kind of the other theory. The last theory, which is my favorite, that wasn't mud. That sprayed in his face. Okay, when McQueen and Sally are taking a cute little romantic drive through the canyon, and she's going all through the water puddles and then this and that, and he's all getting sprayed, and then the leaves and the flies. We don't see a mud puddle. Okay, watch this video and you tell me if you can see a mud puddle. I will. Okay, let's watch this all together. Hear me out. Just watch this. Look for the mud puddle. We see water, water. Okay, another water. Now, where's the mud puddle? Look for it. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. One more time. We're going to watch this one more time. Where's the mud puddle? That wasn't mud, sweetheart. That was not mud. All right, you guys. Well, that just about concludes today. I hope you feel inspired. I hope your lives have been changed, and I hope your brains are now, I hope something's, turning in there, and you guys can find some answers for yourself. Thank you so much. I love you all.